Okay, good morning, everybody. We are going to get started right around 8:30. And if you allow us just another minute or so to allow some of the folks in the waiting room into the event, we will get started in just a little bit. Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to let you know we're just giving it a couple more seconds just to see if we have anybody else waiting in the waiting room to let them in, and then we will promptly get started. We're going to go ahead and get started. Good morning and happy Thursday. Hope everybody has been having a great summer so far. I know for one, although it was a little bit of an interesting storm last night, I was definitely happy to see the rain, especially for our agricultural community, who's desperately needed a little bit of moisture around here in Southern Maryland over the last couple of months. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to join us this morning for our quarterly business roundtable. We do have some exciting information, some updates for you, and we're going to be introducing you to some new faces that are assisting us in economic development. So thank you again for joining us. Next up, we are going to second here. Sorry, make sure I'm on task here. Without further ado, I did want to introduce our Commissioner President, Ruben Collins, to do a quick welcome. Thank you, Commissioner Collins, for joining us this morning and to give a quick welcome to those in the audience. I also wanted to mention we have Commissioner Vice President as well as Commissioner Bowling that is participating in the webinar this morning as well. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Ruben Collins.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the July 18th Quarterly Business Roundtable. It's a pleasure for me to be a participant and to give welcoming remarks. My remarks are really focused on the outstanding work that our Economic Development Department is doing to create opportunities for all of our residents. Our Economic Development Department has created a more strategic approach to economic development, creating a viable atmosphere for business development is at the top of the list of its achievements. Tying existing county assets to our business expansion planning. And the result of this strategic approach is to create opportunities for all of our residents to thrive and prosper. We will continue to see our county grow. We will continue to see opportunities for business expansion, for economic development for our residents by following this strategic approach, which understands clearly that there are many things in our community that makes Charles County a great place to live and a great place to do business. And so, again, on behalf of the Board of Charles County Commissioners, I'd like to say welcome to everyone, and we look forward to the entire program. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Collins. If we can just jump back one slide, I was so excited to introduce Commissioner Collins. I jumped right over the introduction of staff. Um, we do have our full contingent of our team in economic development online with us today, with the exception of our newest team member who happens to be in his orientation with human resources. So we certainly gave him a pass because that's certainly very important. But if you look on the screen there, on the top row, you'll notice a new face, Anthony Twyman. He's our new MWBE DBE compliance manager and is the newest member of our team that is assisting and helping build up and really grow and expand our small and minority women-owned business programming in the county. I can tell you, Anthony has hit the ground running. Those of you that may have participated in the most recent chamber open house and event with Kathy and her team over there, most likely you had a chance to meet Anthony. He did a lot of networking and he's really been trying to get out, be strategic, meet with a lot of our local business owners. So keep an eye out for him. We also are working on some upcoming programming. So that way our small and minority business owners within our community have a chance to meet with Anthony one-on-one, learn a little bit more about what we have going on and as we're growing this program. And we're really excited about it. So I did want to take a chance or an opportunity to give you a little bit about Anthony, a little bit of background. He is coming to us from working in the private sector, but definitely in compliance and procurement. So he's bringing a lot of his own interesting background and skill set to us. So we're excited to have him on the team. So keep an eye out. Anthony will be out and about, and hopefully if you see him, please go up and introduce yourself. So if we can jump ahead to our Circle of Services slide there. Thank you. That Circle of Services, Charles County Circle of Services slide, I always like to start with that. Those of you that have participated and sat in on these quarterly business roundtables before, hopefully this is not new to you, but it is something that I do like to start out with as a reminder to our local business community, not just for their own businesses, but also to help us, spread the word. We work very hard to make sure that we have a toolkit or this circle of services to be able to wrap around our existing business community. And we're very strategic about it. We want to make sure that we're filling our toolkit with things that are relevant and things that will really help to educate, navigate, and coordinate resources for our local business to be able to grow and thrive here within our business community. So as you can see by the diagram, our business really sits in the center of that circle. On the outside, you'll see there is a variety of resources. You'll notice one of them says other resource partners because this is certainly not everything that we have available. But these are really what I consider really our strategic partners or our top partners. But we are always adding new, with always at the federal, state, and certainly at the local level, we are always trying to listen, evaluate and bring more resources to the table. So as I like to say, we like to hug our business community as needed with these resources. So we're super excited today to be able to have one of our strategic Circle of Services resource partners, the newest member of the Maryland Small Business Development Center here in Southern Maryland, but specifically for Charles County. And his name is James Vasquez. If we can go to the next slide here. We are super excited to have James join us today. Those of you that may have participated in our many events and activities during our Small Business Appreciation Week in early May probably saw James because I know he attended many, if not all of the events throughout the week in support of not just our team, but also in support of the small business community. He was fresh, right, new on the job, and he jumped right in, and we really appreciate that, James. And since then, he has proven to be a great partner to us. So we were certainly excited to invite him today to present, to talk a little bit about what the SBDC is, what they do, a little bit about him and his background, which I was really excited to hear. So without further ado, James, I'm going to turn it over to you, to take the next couple of minutes to give a presentation. So thank you, James, for joining us today.
Excellent, Kelly. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity. I want to welcome everyone who is on this call today. I really appreciate you taking your morning to spend with us. And I am so excited to be sharing and being a partner of the community and the Circle of Services with the Economic Development Department. I'm appreciative of our commissioners who are on this call as well, and the local business community. So we're going to get right started into our presentation here. We can move on to the next slide. As Kelly mentioned, I'm with the Small Business Development Center, and I'm going to save some time and words, if you will, by using the acronym SBDC, okay? Just so you'll be understanding, that stands for the Small Business Development Center. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hope and cover our agenda here by giving a first brief introduction about myself, which we'll talk about, and why I feel that's important, and you'll see why it's almost comical. But also, we really want to learn, what is the Small Business Development Center, or the SBDC, and what do we do? More importantly, what are the services that we offer? And I'm telling you, if you're an aspiring entrepreneur out there, if you're a business owner out there, you're going to really want to listen to what services we offer, because the next step would be, well, how do I get started and how do I sign up for these services? And that's what we'll go into. I'll also share with you our team for the Southern region. And then we're saving questions for the end of the roundtables, but please feel free to have a question and insert it in the chat. I believe that's how we're handling the questions. And then we'll be able to cover those if you have anything that you need clarity on, or if you would like some more information about. I am absolutely here to help you. Okay, let's get started on the next slide. Let's get right into it. So my name is James Vasquez, and I'm an entrepreneur, a marketing strategist, and an SBDC consultant. Now, I'm originally from New York. Don't hold it against me, but I do live now here in Charles County in Southern Maryland. Actually, this past Monday just marked my 2-year mark. So I still keep saying I'm new, but I'm not really new anymore. I guess the new car smell has wore off after 2 years. But I am not new to business, but I am new to the SBDC. As Kelly mentioned, I started just about 2 months ago, and I just jumped right in, and I'm really excited. As I mentioned, I'm an entrepreneur and a business owner. I have over 25 years of experience. I've had businesses involved in manufacturing, in marketing, and in business consulting. One of the things that people find most interesting about my background when they meet me for the first time is that I'm sure many of you have seen the TV show Shark Tank. And if you haven't and you're an aspiring business owner, I encourage you to do so, because there is some valuable insights on that show to be learned. Well, I worked with an original TV shark from the hit TV show Shark Tank. I used to do marketing and business seminars throughout the country with local business owners just like yourselves, to share what it is to be an entrepreneur, learn about marketing tactics. And I was able to work with angel investors and venture capitalists and really learn what they look for in a sound business, or a sound business plan and strategy. And that really helped me and gave me a good grounding for what I'm doing today with the SBDC. Now, I've been involved in franchise businesses, professional services, manufacturing, obviously online and e-commerce, even health and wellness and e-learning businesses. As I mentioned, I've done in-person seminars where I've been a subject matter expert for marketing, business, artificial intelligence, automation, and also appeared on TV on Fox and CBS, and in print on Entrepreneur, Valiant CEO, Disrupt magazines. And today, I'm proud to say, I'm an SBDC business consultant working in Charles County, specifically with pre-venture and startups. And now I want to share with you why this is all important. I shared with you my professional background, not for bragging rights. I am actually sharing this with you because Despite me being an entrepreneur for 25 years, despite me working with a TV shark from Shark Tank, or even being a subject matter expert, up until 2 months ago, I didn't know about the SBDC. So for me, I am now a huge fan, and I almost feel like I am run by passion to share with you what the SBDC is, because perhaps like you, I didn't know about the SBDC, and now I'm here to really share with you and encourage you to work with us. Let's go right to the next slide. And so we're going to cover what is the Small Business Development Center, or the SBDC. Let's continue. Now the Maryland Small Business Development Network is your strategic partner for business success. And how do we do that? It's a partnership with the state of Maryland, the University of Maryland at College Park, and departments of economic development. And we're funded in part by the Small Business Administration. And we're here to empower Maryland small businesses with the resources and the expertise that they need to make a greater impact within our local community. And how do we do that? We do that by providing these services of high quality training, confidential consulting, and industry research. And one of the best things about this, it is at no cost to the business owner. Now, our SBDC Southern Region, we service Calvert, Charles, and St. Mary's counties. We have business consultants in all three of those counties of the Southern Region. I specifically work with Charles County, and we're hosted by the College of Southern Maryland. Now, one of the things I want you to know, even though we're here in the Southern Region of Maryland, we are a part of a national network that has been helping over 500,000 U.S. businesses annually since 1979. So that's been a real long tenure, and I want you to know about it because we're proud of that. Let's continue. So what does the Small Business Development Center do? Next. So I found it very interesting to be able to share with you what we do to demonstrate what the services we provide are by introducing you to some of my fictitious friends. So let's meet a few fictitious business owners, and maybe some of you in the audience will see yourself in these characters. Let's continue. You might know Damon. Damon, he's a 35-year-old husband. He's a father of two, and he lives here in Southern Maryland. Now, Damon, he's always wanted to start a business. He's had that entrepreneurial blood, and he always wanted to get started. But, you know, he has a family to support, many bills to pay. And quite honestly, he felt so overwhelmed with the thought of starting his own business. Maybe you're like that, Damon. So where would he find those resources and the guidance that he needs to build his business idea, to learn how to form his legal entity, or to develop a business plan or a marketing plan, or maybe to learn about the essential training that he needs as an entrepreneur starting a business, or even more importantly, to analyze and know about the startup costs and the cash flow and financial projections that he's going to need to determine how he could get his business started. Now let's meet another friend of mine. Now, Elena, she's a little different than Damon because she owns a business already. She has a computer technology business, and she's owned it for the last 3 years. But just like any business owner, she's striving to get better, and now she wants to expand. She knows there are many opportunities out there to work with the government, but like many, she just doesn't know how to go about it. So, Elena, how would she find qualified and knowledgeable information for market analysis or the expert guidance to develop a strategic growth plan? Or how would she learn about potential funding opportunities or advisement to create an expansion plan for her business? Or more importantly, how will she get connected with the resources for government certifications and contracts. Next, please. Then there's Miriam. Now, Miriam, she's a business owner who owns a successful construction services business for the last 10 years. She's had a great run. Her company is well established. It's growing year after year. But now she wants to optimize her business and prepare it for the next decade. Now, where can Miriam find the expert advice on reviewing human resource documents and maybe creating employee handbooks or diversifying her services to enter into new markets for the next decade? Or perhaps creating a plan to lower expenses and lower overhead costs, and then those strategies to increase her revenue and grow her business beyond what she's been able to do so far. Next. Now, finally, there's Mike. You might know Mike. Mike is a respected local business owner. He's successfully run his family-owned hardware store for over 30 years. Now, Mike is looking to retire and exit his business. So where can Mike find the expert advice on specialized business valuations, succession planning, maybe advisement on aspects of making this transition, and creating an exit strategy? Next. So where can Damon, Elena, Miriam, and Mike receive the help that they need? You guessed it, Maryland Small Business Development Center, and we can help here in the Southern region. Next. The Maryland SBDC, we're dedicated to provide one-stop assistance to entrepreneurs and business owners in all stages of business. Whether you're a pre-venture stage, such as Damon just wanting to get started and learn what it takes to get a business going, or Elena during the startup phase, or maybe you're like Miriam with over many years of experience and now you're looking to grow your business even more and scale it. Or maybe you want to ride into the sunset and have your retirement on the beach or whatever you fancy, and you're looking to exit your business. We are the most comprehensive small business assistance network in the United States. And guess what? We're at no cost to the business owner. And I want to really emphasize that because I, as a business owner, spent thousands of dollars on business coaches and services, and maybe you have too. And I just want to express to you, they are at no cost to the business owner, and we have resources, and we're going to get into that next. Now, there are three main areas that we work with all businesses on, and we feel that these are three pillars that really make a business or break a business. And those of you who are business owners will agree there's either money, marketing, and management, and they all kind of go together, and we work with you on that. Now, the SBDC offers invaluable services and support to work with entrepreneurs by providing this guidance on financial planning, management strategies, and effective marketing techniques. And this is to empower the business owners to navigate those challenges and achieve sustainable growth. Now, if we have business owners who are on this call, I just want to give a quick tip because many business owners don't know or forget that you have annual state filing due annually on April 15th. Now, this year, it was extended to June 17th. So I want to let you know that if you have not filed your annual filings, you are late and you would not be in good standing. If you're thinking, wow, what's James talking about with that? Then you really need to reach out to me and we can help you with that. But those are the types of information that we work with business owners on, and we certainly work with new entrepreneurs to get started with that. So let's go to the next slide. So here's what we really want to introduce to you, what it is. What services does the SBDC offer? Let's go. So I'm going to provide this overview. Then we'll get a little more into the details, into the weeds of what we do, and then we'll really go deeper into that, how you can get started. So here's an SBDC service overview. We provide one-on-one business consulting, again, at no cost to the business owner. I want to make that clear. It's confidential service consulting. Also, we have seminars and workshop throughout the month, and that's something that we're proud to publish in our newsletter, which I'll show you the link to that and how you can subscribe and get started with that. And this is an area that we have a lot of assistance with is technical help or industry research, especially with the pre-ventures and startups. They're really looking to explore how they can get into a certain market, or maybe they're trying to scale their technical stack or the tech stack for their business operations. And now new business owners and existing business owners alike can really get a lot of value out of our SBDC Net. You'll see the website there at sbdcnet.org. That provides such valuable resources for you. Whether you're growing your business, you're looking for industry research on your own, you could get it through that website. But also, if you're just getting started and you're interested in learning about certain industries or businesses, we have snapshots on that website that you can look into and dive deeper into the information about the particular business that you're considering. Now, the other area of our service overview is we act as a third party to review your plans. Now, those plans could be a business plan, it could be a marketing plan, it could be a plan that you're preparing for loan documentation to present to a funder. And those are real important documents that you need to have review. In fact, my counterpart, Bill Hitty, who's been with the SBDC for 24 years, he's a former banker and he's also on the finance team. So who better to review your documents than Bill? And he's a part of our team here in Charles County. Let's continue, please. So here we have no cost business consulting and no/low cost training. Now, I want to be clear and transparent. While we do offer many no cost trainings, there are some that have low cost. So I just want to be fully transparent about that because I just want you to understand there are certain training that has a fixed cost involved, and that would be more information on our website with that, or if you want more detail. One-on-one business consulting. You would literally be able to work with one of our SBDC consultants in your county and be able to speak to an advisor wherever you are in your business. Whether you're like Damon, just getting started, or whether you're growing like Miriam, or if you want to exit, or if you're like Elena, any of those phases, we can work with you, and we're proud and happy to do so. Now, remember, I'm very passionate about this because as of only 2 months ago, I learned about the SBDC, but I've been an entrepreneur for over 25 years. I know how much further ahead I would have been if I worked with an SBDC consultant from the start. And I want that for you. Now, we have business classes in the areas of starting your business, marketing your business, which is really vital to growth and success, or how to manage and grow your business. These are the categories that many of our business owners are looking for, and this is where we help you. I also mentioned we have many seminars and workshops throughout the community. We also work locally with the Chamber of Commerce to do that. So we have many available seminars and workshops that you could participate in. Again, at the end of my presentation, you'll be able to sign up for our newsletter, which we have a monthly newsletter that states about all of our trainings, as well as our workshops and seminars available to you. Now, one of the areas that we really are proud of is that we have the opportunity to share any expertise from our team throughout the state, really. We have subject matter experts in all industries. So maybe you're a manufacturing company and you need expert advice in that. Or maybe you need technology help or AI. Everybody's all over AI. You can't pick up a newspaper or share a screen without seeing something about AI. Or maybe you're looking for how to get financing. Whatever it is, we have subject matter experts throughout our plan here, and we will be able to help you with our services. Many times we do have entrepreneurs that come to us for technical help or industry research and looking for resources on how to do that. That's something that we thrive in. And the other area that's the foundation to any business is the strategic business planning or the cash flow planning and loan documentation review that we perform. We work with business owners at any phase, but these are vital information that they need to either operate their business, manage their business, and scale their business. And we're here to work and assist with you to help that. Now, we're happy to work with the Economic Development Department, and we integrate our services with them. So if you're looking for assistance with permits or regulations or government compliance, we're here to connect the dots and act as a hub to really work with you. As Kelly shared earlier, we're a circle of services provider, and we kind of work in that tandem with them to help you provide that. And that's really important, especially if you're just getting started or if you're looking for retail space and things like that. Now, I mentioned about strategic marketing planning and target audience research. I would say many of our businesses lately have been looking for ways to market their business more effectively using AI, using tools, using some type of technique or building their audience and creating that avatar more efficiently to determine who do I really need to speak to. We help you build that. We help you evaluate that. We dive deep into that because right now that's so important and it always will be. And maybe you're like Miriam and you need human resource advice. And we give that along with maybe employee documentation and helping you build that infrastructure if you don't have it already. And of course, the pulse of any business is their cash flow and bookkeeping. So you need to make sure that you have proper accounting and inventory management and database management, maybe for your marketing to really connect with your clients and really build your education about your services to them. So let's continue to the next slide with more of our services and training. So my first business, and I like to share stories from personal experience because I feel that many times people connect with that more than just speaking to it. My first business was a franchise business. Now, like many, people invest in franchises all the time. And there are many reasons for that. And that's something that I did, like Benny. Sometimes it's for the brand name. But what I feel the most important factor of investing in a franchise is the system. It's the repeatable system that they have in place that's tried and true, and it has results. So you're investing in a system that's step by step so that you know what you need to do as a business owner. Now, we work with other business owners that come to us. Maybe they're getting started or they have their own business. It's not a franchise. So they need to know what systems do they need in place to operate their business or the process they need to build their business step by step or the tools that they need. We advise you on that. We help you cultivate that. And if you don't have it, we'll help you build that. These are all the things that we do. And with that, a lot of times we have entrepreneurs that come to us with the product business or service business, and they really need to understand and learn what their primary service or product is, but also how you can make more money and grow your business by diversifying your products and services. And we evaluate that, analyze that, and help you create a plan to build that. And that goes along with any new product development, or maybe you're looking to enter a new industry. So we all work together to help you do that. And that's vitally important. Now, my business owners on the call, I want to have a shout out to my business owners because you know this next one. If you're a business owner, you need to be able to speak about your business. Kelly mentioned I had a great experience on Business Appreciation Week, going into the community and learning about each business that I visited, and I was so happy to do so. I love connecting with people in person or at any of our industry events. You, as a business owner, need to be able to speak about your business, about who you service, what you do specifically, why somebody should work with you, and the results that you get. My business owners out there, they know that that's called a business pitch. And that's what we help craft if you don't have one. If you've been in business and you're like, you know what, James, I need to really create something a little different, we'll help you craft that. Right now, in my role with pre-ventures and startups, I have to explain to them what a business pitch is, the relevance and importance of it, and we help craft that from the get-go so they understand what it is. So when they are in business, they'll be able to do their elevator pitch. Now, technology is always expanding, it's always evolving, and that's an area that we have a lot of inquiries on. Sometimes it could be a seasoned business looking to transform their business online. Sometimes it's just a startup. So we advise with technology and software, even the hardware, to be able to get started and work with you to get that going. In the Small Business Development Center, we have throughout our network several teams, if you will. We have a technology team, which I happen to be a part of, as well as Win Briscoe, our director's a part of. And then we also have finance teams like Bill Hiddy's a part of that. We have management teams. We have teams throughout the system that we're able to work with you on and share information and expertise and knowledge. And that's how we are also able to give you those services. Now, we also cover tenant and merchant documentation, as well as retail merchandising, vendor products and services and sourcing, and site selection and facility layout and equipment building. Again, we work with the Economic Department of Development to help you with that and create that buildup, because a lot of business owners may not know what 2,000 square feet looks like or what could fit in there. So we're going to work with you to help you with that. And we also work with the local commercial realtors. Although we don't endorse anyone specifically, we can help you connect with them. And those are essentially our stakeholders. And I mentioned that we have low-cost training, and this next one, it falls into that category where, let's say you're a business and you really want to get more out of your business and you want to create a better management within your business. We have our CEO Accelerator Training Program. This might be for you, and this is something that you can look into scaling your management and within your infrastructure of your existing business. That's a training program that we have that's been tremendously successful and well received. Now, one of the things that we really work with is the growth of businesses and revenue strategies. You met my fictitious friend Miriam. She was already 10 years in, and you would think she knows it all, but guess what? She doesn't. And you have to constantly be learning and surviving with resources that are going to benefit your business. And like Miriam, we can help you grow your business, and we provide those business strategies and revenue techniques to grow your business. Or maybe you're out on the end of your business like Mike was, and you want to look to exit your strategy, exit your business, and we can help you with an exit strategy or the succession planning for that. So let's go to the next slide. Now, I'm sure I covered a lot. And as I mentioned, I didn't even dive deep into it all. And I just want to let you know, I speak very passionately about this because, as you heard, I've been an entrepreneur for over 25 years, and I've only recently learned about the SBD services. And now that I'm a part of the SBDC, I want to shout it out to everybody to let them know what's available to them. So you're probably on this call asking, well, James, how can I sign up for SBD services? Next slide, please. I'm glad you asked that question, because here you can sign up for no cost SBDC consulting or training. You could either scan the QR code that's on the screen now, or you could go to mdsbdc.ecenterdirect.com/sign up. And we'll just request your first name, last name, and email. You'll create a password and user account, and then make sure you ask for services so that you'll be able to sign the services agreement. And then that'll be able to have us provide you with no cost consulting that's confidential. Now, I just want to let you know, after you sign up for training, you will receive an automated email that'll tell you that somebody will get back to you immediately. I just want to let you know that please be patient with us. We do have various caseloads throughout the county, as well as throughout the Southern Maryland region. So we will get back to you, but please, I just want to express patience to be able to work with you. And I know you'll be excited and anxious to get started, as we are to work with you. But just please be patient after your registration. We will be in touch with you, but we just want to set your expectations so that you understand we will get back to you, but I just want to express time patience. Next slide, please. That's our team. That's the Maryland Small Business Development Team in the Southern Maryland region. We are such a happy group here, and we're happy to serve you. And we're really excited to be a part of your business journey and grow it and help scale it. And we're really happy to be a part of the circle of services. Let's go to the next slide. Now, here we're led by our regional director, Wynn Briscoe. We're happy to work with Wynn, and she's amazing. If anyone knows Wynn, and I'm sure many of you do. And our business consultants here in Charles County, myself, I work with pre-ventures and startups. And you may know Bill Hitty. Some of you probably are working with him. Well, Bill Hitty's been a consultant for over 24 years here in Charles County, and he works with many business owners. Or maybe you want to work with my friend, Dr. Frank Clinton, because he works with our St. Mary's County people. Or my other friend, Katrina Briscoe, over in Calvert County. We are also fortunate to have a hospitality subject matter expert with Dan. And Dan's really able and willing to help you within the hospitality and restaurant industry. Let's continue. So here's where you could connect with us, and I really would encourage you to do so. The QR code there at the lower right is there for our newsletter, and we provide a lot of information within our newsletter, especially regarding the monthly training. That's always new training, and I want you to understand that our training is very relevant to today. We have timeless training that's evergreen, but we also have relevant training such as AI. That's the newest buzzword that everyone needs to understand and have a knowledge base about, or learn how to embrace and build upon it. So that's how we have it. We have our website there, the sbdchelp.com, and then the training for the events. We have many events that are coming up. Also, if you want to connect with us on Facebook or LinkedIn or even on YouTube, those are the links there. I believe you can have this slide, take a picture of it, or it'll be presented as a leave behind. But I encourage you to sign up for our newsletter. It's great, valuable information. Next slide, please. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been my pleasure. I really hope I was able to provide insights and information about our SBDC. We're going to save questions for the end, so if you have them, friend Kelly, and thank you so much for allowing me to present.
Great. Thank you so much, James. I know I am always excited when I have the opportunity or we allow the opportunity to get the word out about the Small Business Development Center. I mean, we've been very fortunate to have fantastic support from our Board of County Commissioners here in Charles County to put funding towards this resource. We're also very fortunate with the partnership with the College of Southern Maryland. So I saw, I've been kind of monitoring the chat there. Gina, yes, really, really awesome, exciting information. And I really encourage you to reach out to them. And then I saw where Bridget was asking about the PowerPoint. I did want to let folks know that we will be following up with this PowerPoint at the end, along with a survey about today's roundtable. But also wanted to remind you, these are recorded and they are always available on our meetcharlescounty.com website. So if you know folks that may be interested in hearing this information, but for whatever reason weren't able to join us today, please encourage them to go to our website and watch and review. James' presentation, I love how he did his fictitious business owners. That really, I think, helps folks to be able to understand the different variety of business owners that SBDC works with. And really, regardless of where they are in their life cycle, there is a resource available to all of them. So thank you again, James. As he mentioned, he is going to poke back on during the question and answer period at the end. So if you do have any questions for James, please feel free to use the chat function there. So that way, when we get to that portion, we'll be able to pull those questions out and get them answered for you. So here on the next slide, I believe we're going to be going to our Inside Scoop section. And this is where we have our Chief of Commercial Development, Taylor Yule, who's joining us today, who's going to jump on and give a quick update on some of our commercial development projects. So without further ado, Taylor, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Kelly, and good morning, everybody. We'll go right to the next slide, please. Um, I am going to talk about some of the major employment supporting projects that are underway and update you on the status. But before I do that, I want to draw your attention once more to our asset inventory document, because anything worth talking about bears repeating. And I'm sure by now a lot of you are familiar with this. But this document was debuted back at our last fall meeting and last year. So it's still fairly new. And it is a document that is updated as appropriate. We don't do it necessarily annually, but if there is a sort of a major economic event or a new business that is coming into Charles County, that will show up, and we'll dispose of all our old hard copies and print some new hard copies. And this is always available on our website. But this document was essentially directed towards new businesses coming into Charles County. So they get a lot of information that's easily accessible in this document. And there's information for new residents. There's information on schools, government representatives, all the way up to the federal level, from county up to federal, and just a lot of useful information, targeted industries, you name it, it's in there. And it's a nice complement to our annual report. But just to give you a rundown of the types of categories and information we have. We get into a discussion on the industrial base, research and development. What's our physical infrastructure? Gas, electric, roadways, workforce. As I said, education. It maps out the schools. If you're looking for financial capital, who can you contact for that? Business incentives from county, state, up to federal, connective organizations like chambers and so forth, and government, and of course, quality of life, parks and rec, and so on. So I'm going to talk about major development, employment supporting development projects in the context of how they're presented in the asset inventory, so you get a little bit better idea what's in there. So next slide, please. Okay, so healthcare. Healthcare is one of those industries that has grown leaps and bounds just since 2020. We MedStar expanded. They built 3 buildings along US 301 just since 2020. So they've done a major expansion. Other University of Maryland Healthcare, and they run the critical care facility down in La Plata. And others have Johns Hopkins. They've established walk-in clinics all throughout the county. And we've got the next major project is Kaiser Permanente is plans to open at phase 1 of their new facility in South Waldorf, just north of Billingsley Road, in 2026, if they can, get things going and moving. But as I said, it's a multi-phase project, and it will grow as demand grows there. If you don't know about Kaiser Permanente, they're a multi-specialty medical center, 24 advanced urgent care services, lab, pharmacy, radiology. They have beds, so that's sort of interesting in a facility like this. So healthcare is really on the move, and the great part about it is it offers residents of Charles County a lot more options than they had prior to 2020. And people do not have to drive as far to seek healthcare facilities and so on. So next slide, please. Energetics. Okay, so what is energetics? And I think this image over here to the right with the rocket getting blasted off into space is a pretty good descriptor. But the definition of energetics, it's a branch of mechanics that deals with energy and its transformation. So in this case, you're looking at rocket fuel being transformed into propulsion. And I bet a lot of people don't know what the primary mission of the Naval Surface Warfare Center is, Indian Head. But essentially, they manufacture propellants. They manufacture rocket fuel there. But rocket fuel doesn't do much good unless it's in a rocket motor or rocket engine. So that is the casing that surrounds the fuel, and it's typically tipped with some sort of warhead. And that's what they do there. They make the fuel that goes into the rocket motors, but the rocket motors are typically made by other companies. And that's why NSWC is so important, because the demand for rockets in general in the US and abroad and otherwise is growing leaps and bounds. There was a period of time, decades, where there was just not a demand. We had rockets and missiles in our inventory, they just weren't being used. So now anytime you turn on the TV and you see a missile getting shot off a naval vessel in the Arabian Sea, that's one less that we have. So they're ramping up, and the result of that is a lot of new companies are being attracted to Charles County. There's public-private partnerships. There are businesses that are locating on the base to help them fulfill their mission, and a lot of money is going into modernization projects for $1 billion and NSWC. So that is going to be a huge employment and business generator in the years and decades to come. So next slide, please. Okay, logistics. What's logistics? Well, it's the movement, storage and movement of goods, warehousing and distribution. And that's sort of an up and coming industry in Charles County. There wasn't a lot of it in past decades, but with it, there's a huge land demand now. And 301, I don't know how many of you drive up and down 301, but you may have noticed a fairly sharp increase in traffic just since COVID. And I think the 301 corridor is being utilized to move goods and services more so than it used to, because of problems associated with navigating 95. One of the projects that's coming along is called Berry Point. That's on Berry Road between Waldorf and Bryan's Road. And that's going to fulfill a lot of the demand in Charles County for warehousing, distribution, and so on. But this is flexible space that we're talking about here, over 650,000 square feet. So there are a lot of other uses that can go in there, like manufacturing, even food and beverage, if you will. So it's very useful type. Again, flex space really describes it well, because it can be utilized for so many different things. You're probably aware that the Morgantown plant, they announced their decommissioning back in 2020. That's 350 acres. That's still on the market, and that could be used for a lot of different purposes, logistics being one of them. We've had ideas get floated to us about a warehouse distribution hub down there, but other uses as well. So we're looking forward to that. There's a lot of interest in it. A lot of viable companies are looking at Morgantown, and we hope to have some sort of announcement soon. And as soon as we know what's going to happen down there, that information will go back into our asset inventory report. And other properties we're looking at, we're getting proposals on industrial land in Charles County and so on. So there's a lot going on. It's keeping us very busy, and hopefully the next quarterly business roundtable will have some more updates on this. So that concludes my presentation, and I'm going to turn it over to our own Anthony Adesina, and he's going to talk about business support services. Take it away, Anthony.
Right, all right, all right. Good morning, everyone. Give me a thumbs up or a high five if you can see me and if you can hear me. Great, fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, this is your money man, Anthony Moneyman Adesina, giving you information that you need to be in the know to help move your business forward. If you can move forward to the next slide, please. Great. If you like free money, gather around. This is the best kept secret of this webinar. So clean your ears, clean your glasses if you wear glasses. Make sure you focus and concentrate on the next few slides that I'll be speaking about, because these talk about financial resources, free money pretty much, to help your businesses. For those of us who joined from the start of the webinar, if you recall, on the fifth slide, there was a diagram there that Kelly spoke about our Circle of Services partners. We do have tons of Circle of Services partners, one of which is the Maryland Department of Commerce, who from time to time put out grant programs and who we work with closely to make financial resource information available to small businesses to help scale up their businesses and pretty much grow their businesses, retain their businesses, hire new employees, and the likes. The next two slides talk about grant programs that are available from the Maryland Department of Commerce, which we help to promote. And the first of these is the Build Our Future Grant Pilot Program. Now, this provides grants for infrastructure projects to advance innovation and growth in eligible technology sectors. Now, these grants can be awarded to private companies, nonprofit entities, local governments, colleges, universities. The grant for 2025, or at least the applications for 2025, will open in the fall of this year. And this grant pretty much is, full spectrum. It helps to defray the cost associated with acquiring, constructing, rehabilitating, installing, improving, or even equipping eligible innovation infrastructure projects. Now, what are those? These can be in any of the following technology sectors: advanced manufacturing, which is a buzzword, these days; aerospace, agriculture, AI, which is another buzzword. Like James said,
I'm going to jump in here. It appears that Anthony may have frozen up. We were just double
yes,
checking.
I do
Oh,
apologize
there
about
you
that.
go.
I was speaking about technology, and technology just messed me up. So the beauty of
All right, Anthony,
technology.
back to you.
But I'm back. I'm back. So like I was saying, the costs, for this grant pretty much can be applied to any of the following subsectors within the technology space: blue technology, cybersecurity, defense, energy and sustainability, life sciences, sensor robotics. Again, another buzzword. And examples of these types of eligible products can be anything, from skiffs. And what is a skiff? It's well, in the security space, a skiff is an enclosed area within a building that can be used to process classified information, pretty much. And we do have a skiff, at least we're having a skiff here in the county, in the USBTA building, if I'm not mistaken. That is probably currently under works, but we can get you more information on that. Other eligible projects that this grant can be applied to: wet labs, cyber ranges, other specialty workforce training, skill certifications, research-related spaces, etc. But note that any eligible entity that will be applying for this fund will not be awarded more than $2 million, and you'll be required to have matching funds of between 200 to 400% of the requested amount. So again, look into your bank account, look at your liquidity before you apply for this program, because you will be required to have matching funds to meet the grant amount that you're requesting for. The next grant program is the Business Telework Assistant Grant. COVID did teach us a few things, one of which is the fact that, we can work from anywhere around the world and still be very productive. We know that a lot of companies are still trying to bounce back from the effects of COVID. And right now we do have, within Charles County, lots of business owners who are, scaling back on having in-person personnel in their offices. They're able to, employ people from anywhere across the country to work for them and provide services. This grant provides up to $25,000 to help businesses and nonprofits expand their telework capabilities for their employees. And what does that entail? Providing you with funding to purchase the necessary equipment to develop and implement telework policies, including purchasing hardware, software, and technical services. Why is this important? Like I said, the effects of COVID. This helps to ensure that recruitment and retention of top talent across the state is prioritized and emphasized. To apply for this, the business must be in the process of developing a telework policy that conforms to best practices established by the Department of Commerce. And if you need an example of a telework policy, you can definitely go on the Maryland Department of Commerce's website, and you should find a template of a telework policy that you can modify to your purposes. Next slide, please. All right. Again, we know that the US is not the only market that there is across the globe. And so we encourage as much as possible businesses across the product or service space to explore opportunities outside of the borders of the US. If you're one of such companies that is looking for a soft landing outside of the US, then this program definitely is for you. This is the Global Gateway Program, which, like I said, is a soft landing exchange for Maryland companies. And it provides companies within Maryland with the opportunity to test out expanding to new markets abroad at an affordable rate. Affordable relative in its term, but definitely nothing that will break the bank. Now you'll be working with experts and subject matter experts across different fields and sectors and industries who work with incubators and other types of entities in international markets to provide you with that soft landing where you can then test the waters on what it's like to expand your product and services into international markets. Like I just mentioned, they work with a network of official partners in strategic markets around the world to explore those new markets while again being supported with access to facilities, resources, advisors, and more. They have exchange partners in countries such as Australia, France, Ireland, Netherlands, South Korea, Japan, and the United Kingdom, and they are expanding this list on a daily basis. Eligible companies can apply for the $10,000 Export ND grant, again, free money, which can help to offset the costs associated with the program. So if you need to build a website that is more focused on an international audience, then you're applying for this grant. If you need to go for a trade show that is happening outside of the US, you can apply for this grant. There are different uses for the grants. So if you need more information on that, reach out to me. We can have an offline conversation, and I'll be more than happy to share more information with you. Again, our Project Restore grant program. This is a financial resource from the state of Maryland, again, from the Department of Commerce, that supports place-based organizations such as ours, the Charles County Charitable Trust, and other eligible entities to support small businesses in filling out vacant retail and commercial spaces across the county with the purpose of increasing local economic activity. The previous round, small businesses could apply for this grant directly, but for the 2.0 version, which was recently awarded this year, place-based organizations such as economic development departments, the Charles County Charitable Trust, and other entities would have to apply for the grants, and then small businesses would apply through us, provide the documentation based on the eligibility requirements that we'll set out, and then once you are approved, you get funding to help towards paying for your lease or other uses that you might require for your business. We did apply in conjunction with the Charles County Charitable Trust for the Project Restore funds, and I am glad to say, hot off the press, that our joint application was approved. So technically, we have funding, even though we haven't received it yet. So hold off on sending those applications in yet. I'm sure my phone will be blowing up any minute from now. But just wanted to let business owners out there know that we do have this resource available for you, especially those who are looking to open up new retail and commercial spaces in the coming weeks or months. The amount that was approved for our joint application between the Charitable Trust and Economic Development was $150,000. and we will get out information on what the requirements that businesses need to submit to us in due course. Next slide, please. All right, upcoming events. Again, working with our Circle of Services partners, we do have some upcoming events, one of which is the Connects to Capital. This is an SBDC program that will be holding at the College of Southern Maryland in Prince Frederick on July 26th, which is next week, Friday. There's the link for you to register on there. The presentation will be sent out to you afterwards. So once you receive it, click on that link, register, and then attend that program so you can meet with potential financial resource partners that you can engage and network with. The next program that we are supporting is the Southern Maryland Business Expo, which is in collaboration with the Charles County Chamber of Commerce and the St. Charles Town Center, the mall over in St. Charles, where small businesses will have the opportunity to showcase their products and services within the mall. So you don't have to have space within the mall. But yeah, for businesses that are on this call who would like to, have a booth or a table, we can definitely get more information across to you. This is on Friday, August 9th, over at the St. Charles Town Center. We also have the SBDC Grand Slam Networking Mix and Mingle. That is Friday, August 30th, and that is happening at the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Regency Stadium. Save the date for our annual EDD Fall meeting. This is coming up on Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. And that is it for me. If you need more information, reach out to me. Thanks a lot. And I will pass it over now back to Kelly.
Great. Thank you, Anthony. As you can see, Anthony's been working hard in researching and finding out all of those different financing and grant opportunities that we like to bring to you and make you aware of, as well as a lot of partner events and activities coming up over the next several weeks. So definitely, if you have the time, register, sign up, be able to participate in those networking opportunities. This is the kind of the I say part of the program where we like to remind everybody, and certainly we have a lot of business owners, so you get this, but always think and support local businesses first. Encourage friends, families to support local businesses. As you know, we've, in conjunction with our partners and our friends in Recreation Parks and Tourism, have launched our With Love from Charles gift card program. That is still active. We're very pleased to say that we have people buying those gift cards, and we've even seen through our system that they are being redeemed. So please encourage folks to do that. I wanted to see, and I see Sydney Gardner is on here. Sydney, if you can jump on, turn your camera on real quick. We do have a Southern Maryland Buy Local event that is coming up next week. So if you can jump on and just tell folks about it, it is going to be hosted in Charles County. So we wanted to make sure that folks knew about the opportunity.
Thank you, Kelly. Good morning. My name is Sydney Garner. I'm the Ag and Rural Development Manager. I just wanted to take a second to promote Buy Local Week, which is starting tomorrow, running through July 28th. Ending Buy Local Week will be the Buy Local Challenge, which is an event. It's put on by the Southern Maryland Ag Development Commission, and we're so excited. It is hosted at Serenity Farms in Benedict. It'll be held on July 29th from 5 to 8. If you check out the buylocalchallenge.com, all the vendor lists, local food, local vendors will be on there. It's a great opportunity to support local agriculture. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Sydney. All right, so please be our economic development ambassadors. As you saw today and heard from James, and as well as our other team members here, there's a lot of information that we're able to provide and get out there. But we realize that still, even through all of that, James said it so eloquently earlier, people still don't know. So we encourage and ask all of you to help us be economic development ambassadors. Ways that you can find out about information is certainly signing up for our e-news, following us on our social media platforms, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And now we do have, and this is new, an Instagram as well. You can also, check out our most up-to-date relevant information on our meetcharlescounty.com website. And then spread the word. That's what we ask. I know I come from a family of business owners, and business owners love to support other business owners. So if you hear about a program or an initiative or something that we are doing, our chamber, the Small Business Development Center, or one of our other resource partners, please help us spread the word so we can get these resources out as far and wide as possible. Next slide. And I think, yep, we're coming up now on the Q&A section. Here, what we encourage folks to do, we are in the Teams platform this time, so we are encouraging you, if you have a question, please use the chat. We do have two of our team members that are monitoring that. And at this point, if I can ask our team members and James, thank you, Sydney, Jack, Margaret, if you can turn your camera on, so that way the folks in the audience can see us. And I will turn it over to Michelle and Jack to see if they have any questions that are popping up that we can help answer
We have
here
not
over the
received any
next couple of
questions
minutes.
right now, but if anybody in the audience has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and we have staff available to answer them.
Okay. I can't believe you guys are letting us go. Oh, here we go.
Can we see the slide for upcoming events again? Absolutely. Let me change back to that one. Not a problem. Here you go.
Yeah, definitely take an opportunity to take a look at those upcoming events. We know, working with our resource partners in these, there's going to be a variety of resources available, not just Charles County Economic Development. These are regional events with actually the Business Expo as well. So you're going to get information and resources from a lot of different organizations there. So definitely worth your time if you can take time out of your schedule to participate.
Absolutely. And if I may, Kelly, we actually also have on the economic development website under the events page a calendar listing of all of these events and even more from our Chamber of Commerce, as well as other strategic partners that we have throughout the area. So please feel free to check that for more information. We did receive another question. It says, can you provide more information on your With Love from Charles program? Will it work for coaching businesses?
Actually, if it's okay, Jack or Michelle, you guys are the team leads in economic development for that. If either one of you want to talk about, maybe Jack, because I know you've been instrumental in kind of getting businesses signed up and all of that. If you can talk about how easy that process is.
Sure. So the With Love from Charles campaign, it's really simple for businesses to sign up to. All you need to do for the first step is to email the info@midcharlescounty.com, after which you'll get in touch with myself, Michelle, and we'll push you forward to our PR team, PPR Strategies, who will help you with the registration process. As for more information, what it is a gift card program where citizens can buy a gift card and they can use it right now we have about 25 to 30 businesses registered. So they can use that gift card wherever they want at any of those businesses. Right now, there's no cost to the business for the first round of the gift card purchasing. We are covering that. So yeah, that would be so if you're interested in it, we have I can send you a link to the tourism site that has an outline of what it is. Does the business need a physical location? I see this as a follow-up. We do require that you're in Charles County, but we would need to talk more. That's more of a specific question that we would need to have some questions about. William, if you need, I can follow up with you offline. Thank you.
Great. And then there's definitely more information either on the tourism website, that is where consumers can buy the gift cards. And then on our economic development site, we have a With Love from Charles page that has more information on the program for businesses looking to register, and the process for that. Again, as Jack said, this is free. This is free for both the business to sign up for and free for the consumer to buy and use a gift card. It is, again, geared towards helping and supporting our local businesses in Charles County. With
Real
that, I'll
quick,
go.
Michelle,
Oh, yes,
real
ma'am.
quick, I just wanted, for Mr. Makel's question specifically, he asked about would it work for coaching businesses? What I can tell you is we have a variety of industries and business types that have signed up. So I encourage, if you feel like you have a service offering that would be of interest to residents in and around Charles County, absolutely look at signing up and participating in the program. I mean, I like to note this, we've had some interest from local real estate folks that are buying these cards for their new home buyers because of the variety of businesses that are included. So we're hoping that any and all types of businesses that, again, if you feel like you have a service offering, a product that would be of interest to the local Charles County and surrounding community, please definitely look into it. All right, Michelle, I'll turn it back over to you.
Yeah, just to
Perfect.
quickly add to what Kelly had said. So yes, we do have a variety of businesses that are utilizing or signing up for the gift card program. I mean, as long as you have a point of sale system that can be integrated at the back end to receive this gift card program, then definitely you are eligible to be a part of it. But like Jack had mentioned, you can reach out for more information. I will be happy to have a conversation with you offline. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Jack. And thank you, Kelly. We'll go to the next question. It says, you mentioned that the groundbreaking for Berry Point is in Q2 of 2024. Do you know when the flex spaces will be first available to lease?
I'll take that. We don't. It's and we'll get a better idea of that when they actually announce the groundbreaking, because then we'll have a timeline to work with. So we're moving in on Q3, and they have not yet formally announced the groundbreaking day, but we feel like that could be announced at any time in the not too distant future. And then typically, we think after groundbreaking, there would be a first phase, buildings would be available in about 18 months for the type of construction that they're doing, but we'll wait and see. But soon, it's moving forward.
Perfect. And Kelly, I don't see any more questions, and I know we're
Okay.
getting close to time.
Okay, great. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, we are actually perfect timing, 9:45, which is the time that we promised that we would wrap up. So thank you again for folks that were able to join us to receive this valuable information. James, thank you for being such a dynamic speaker today and certainly being a partner with our team in economic development. I encourage you really to reach out to James to find out and work with the SBDC team. Before we let you go, we did want to let you know that we do take your feedback very seriously. So you will be receiving an email with a survey about today's quarterly business roundtable asking for your feedback. And so that way we can make sure that we're planning the best information and resources for you moving forward. Thank you again. As always, thank you to our team in economic development. You guys know I love you, and you guys have been doing fantastic work. So with that, hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your week, and be safe, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.